and today I'll be a couple of things. So, and today I'll be so. All right, y'all, we're live. Y'all hear any echoes at all? Nope, we're good. Okay. All right. Ashton, good to have you today. Good to have you. Jessica. All right. Welcome to MSU, club number 979-269. My name is Robert Tyree, and today I will be your sergeant at arms. Just want to welcome everyone to the club. Hope you had the opportunity to check out the poll. Just want to know, how is your day coming along? If you could drop in the chat, just give me one word. I'm gonna say my day was fun. Gonna be fun with it. I had an amazing day. We had a field day at school, so the kids were running around, jumping on slides, eating hot dogs. One of the best days of my life. Yeah, no teaching involved today. It was just, listen, go out and have fun and be a kid. So a lot of Kona ice, peaceful. Come on, y'all. Speak to me in the chat. All right, so just want to lay down some ground rules today. If you are one of our speakers, we're asking you to get ready, because we know that you're going to bring an amazing topic, or actually a speech, and we're looking all for it. So if you need to check your lighting, go ahead and do so. If you're not speaking, we're going to ask you to make sure that you're in a stable environment, that you're not moving around too much. So if you need to leave the screen, go ahead and just turn your screen off. And there's no words at all, okay? So I'm excited today because I had the opportunity to also just greet you guys and just say welcome, welcome, welcome. If you don't know about MSU Toastmasters, we are the top club for public speaking. This is an opportunity for you to get comfortable with speaking in your skin, to amplify your voice, to be able to propel yourself to the platform that you want to go. We have here today speakers, world-renowned, international. Raise your hand if you're international. Come on, you know who you are. Come on, yeah. We have the top evaluators. We have former presidents, right? We have authors. You say author? Listen, I'm not gonna boast. Come on, listen. We're part of the same. Let me just be real with you. I remember walking into the doors of MSU Toastmaster and seeing Dolphus Q, right, with his books, Darren Mitchell with his books, with an S, right? And I'm just like, man, I would never have the opportunity to do that. This is too much work. Today, I'm sitting in front of you, and my brother's hopping on the line too. We were able to produce a book called Black Men Love. And if you haven't heard, right, it is Amazon's bestseller in 13 different categories. Yeah, I'm not boosting myself. Come on, y'all. The reason why I say that is because, like, Toastmasters has allowed us to connect and network with individuals that are doing amazing things. And believe it or not, we have been inspired by each one of you, ladies and gentlemen, on this line. So I just want to say thank you for Toastmasters, because if it wasn't for the confidence building, the mentorship, the support team, the officers, right? If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't even have a club. And thank you for the push. So it definitely has propelled, I think, the whole club. When one person does it, it's like, man, we just had to continue to grow. And this year has been an amazing growth spurt. Come on, growth spurt. That's a good word, growth spurt. So just want to pause. But today I am also your Toastmaster of the evening. And our topic is the finish line. When I hear the word finish line, I think of Nipsey Hussle, the great late Nipsey Hussle. And I think about like songs like Motivation or Victory Lap. So believe it or not, this is kind of like our victory lap of this year, because the officers are actually going to be shifting and changing, but we're going out like with a bang. I feel like Kobe on his last year, about to get a couple of shots up right now. We're doing the tour. We're celebrating because this has been an amazing year, and we're going to kind of recap later on. But this is actually when thing ends. When one thing ends, right, it's another opportunity for something to be birthed. So get excited because we're going to have new presidents, a new president for us, some new officers, some VP, secretary, and these individuals are going to come in, right, and do an amazing job. They're going to pick up the baton, but they're going to carry it to a higher, help me out, y'all, a higher platform. There we go. Higher platform.
Yes.
Thank you. So I just want to know, like, what is something that you have accomplished within this past year, and how do you feel about achieving or winning or getting over that hump? So what is one thing that you have accomplished this year? All right. I'm talking about 2021 to 2022. That's the year of the term. All right. So without any delay, I would like to introduce some individuals that's going to be helping me carry on a meeting. So our first individual that will be assisting us today will be our timer. And our timer today will be Miss Trivia Payne. Trivia, can you come forth and explain what your role requires?
Hello, I am Trivia Payne, and I will be the timer for the evening. Tonight, I will be timing the speeches. We have 2 icebreaker speeches. They are 4 to 7 minutes. When we get to 4 minutes, my background will change to the yellow. When we get to 5 minutes, my background will change to, and I think I said that right, green. And then when we get to the 6 minute, I will change to the red. No, the other way. All right, so it will be green and then red. I knew that.
Like a stoplight.
Yeah. And then our other speech will be from 5 to 7 minutes. When we get to 5 minutes, I will do yellow. When we get to 6 minutes, I will do green. And when we get to 7 minutes, I will do red. And then for our table topics, they are 1 to 2 minutes. So at 1 minute, I will do yellow, 1 minute, 30 seconds, green, and 2 minutes, red. And for our evaluators, they have 3 minutes. For at the 1 minute mark, I will do yellow, 2 minute mark, green, 3 minute mark, red. Anyone that goes over by 30 seconds, we will start clapping you down, snapping you down. We'll let you know, but we're going to do it in a nice and friendly way.
Too much, Trivia. And Trivia, were you able to tell us the word of the day?
I'm sure I can do that. The word of the day is epic. Epic means very imposing or impressive, surpassing the ordinary. An example of the word epic is several of the already mentioned lyrics and epic poets were occasionally writers also for the drama. And when you hear the word epic, you can snap, knock, let us know that we that the word was said. And I'm going to turn it back over to our president and table topics master. Toastmaster. Sorry.
No, not today. So I'm gonna let Angela do that because she does an amazing job in everything that she does. I also need to call forth our counter and grammarian, and that is John Gilmore. John, will you explain what your role is?
Hey everyone, can you guys hear me clearly? I'm walking out in the wind. My name is John Gilmore, and I will be your counter and grammarian today. I will evaluate how everyone speaks, and as I just now gave you an example of how you use when you shouldn't. we want to try to make sure that we're not using our filler words. They come in different ways. Just be a little bit more mindful of how you speak. Use your words properly, and everything will turn out well. Believe in yourself. Say how you need to, and just be very intentional about your words. That's all I have. Back to you, Mr. President.
Thank you so much for that introduction of that part of the role. All right. So we're going to get right into it. I'm so excited about what's about to happen today. We have a new member named Ashley McFadden, and she'll be giving her icebreaker. All right. So Ashley is actually in path level 1. She'll be doing her introduction icebreaker, and her purpose of an icebreaker is to introduce herself. She actually decided to join Toastmasters at MSU because she actually has a fear of speaking. So the best way to conquer the fear is to jump right in. Also, her desire is actually to become a public speaker. So she's been practicing with the table topics that we've been giving her over the last couple of weeks. She's joined us for our pre-writing, and now she is here live on Facebook and YouTube to introduce herself. Ashley, take it away.
Thank you. All right, so the title of my speech is, Who Am I? Who am I? It sounds like a simple question, yet I can't answer with a single response. Who am I? Sometimes I find it hard to answer that question. I'm more than my name given at birth. I'm more than my title of mom, daughter, sister, or friend. I'm more than my occupation, my accomplishments, I'm more than my occupation, social status, or accomplishments. Good evening, Toastmasters. My name is Ashley McFadden. Give me 1 second, my daughter's bugging me. Ava, go right now, I'm not playing. Can I start over?
Yes, ma'am, you can.
I'm sorry. All right, who am I? It sounds like a simple question, yet I can't answer with a single response. Who am I? I find it hard to answer that question sometimes. I'm more than my name given at birth. I'm more than my title, mom, daughter, sister, friend. I'm more than my occupation, social status, or any accomplishment I've achieved. I'm God's creation. Good evening, Toastmasters, future Toastmasters, and distinguished guests. My name is Ashley McFadden. Who am I? I grew up in Baltimore City during the early 90s. During this time, addiction had a stronghold on many families, and my family was no exception. My mom loved my brother, sister, and I, but she also loved getting high. Her high kept me in a low place. My dad eventually moved out to save himself, but couldn't take us with him. As you can see, I didn't have a great childhood. We never went on family vacations, and my siblings and I didn't get a lot of quality time with my parents. We were verbally and emotionally abused on a daily basis, and a lot of times the abuse turned physical. I was always scared to become a parent for fear that I'd be just like mine, but I'm the total opposite. I have a son and daughter, Austin and Ava. They're 5 and 7. I can't put into words how much I love them. I feel like I'm constantly going over the top for them. Birthday parties are full out affairs. Christmas lists are fulfilled. I give them presents for no reason. We take trips. I have a hard time disciplining them and even just saying no. I'm a mom, so I just want the best of my kids. I want them to grow up and be humble and grateful and just to be overall good people. I want them to have fond memories of their childhood, unlike mine. Who am I? Ever since I was a kid, I loved school. Education was my great escape. I love learning new skills and information. It was the only thing that made me feel alive and hopeful. I remember telling myself every time I went to bed that in order for me to make my dreams come true, I would have to study hard. School was easy. Life was hard. I excelled in grade school, taking honors, gifted and talented advanced placement courses. Up next was college. I had no idea how I was going to go, but I applied anyway. I couldn't get financial aid because my parents didn't do their taxes. So I had to find a way. I ended up finding a family member that I barely even talked to co-sign a loan for me so I can go to Morgan State University. There I took up hospitality management and dedicated my life to serving other people. Who am I? I have a passion for service and helping people. I love meeting new people. I enjoy when others come to me to talk about their problems. I always try to provide feedback and helpful advice. I wish I had someone to talk to growing up, and that's why it gives me so much purpose. I love volunteering in soup kitchens and feeding the homeless. I know what it feels like to be hungry, and I know where my next meal will come from. I was that little kid at line at 5 p.m. in St. Ambrose in Park Heights. So to see a little kid smile at me when I give him a hot meal, it fills my heart with joy. I love to help people, whether it's with time or money. I love sharing my story with others because I might be able to change someone's life one day. In conclusion, your name, occupation, and accomplishments doesn't define who you are. It's your beliefs, your values, and experiences that does. I'm still discovering who I am. I am a work in progress. I'm God's creation, but I'm not perfect. I made a lot of mistakes and learned from many lessons along the way. I'm resilient. I know by joining Toastmasters, I'm taking a step to becoming who I'm supposed to be. This is my journey to becoming a speaker. Thank you.
Woo! Great job, Ashley. Great job. Great job. All right. Next on our agenda, we're going to dive into my favorite part of Toastmasters. Can you guess? You're right. It's table topics. So I'm going to pass the baton to Angela, and she will be our table topic master for the evening. Miss Hannah.
Good evening, Toastmasters, future Toastmasters, distinguished guests, and friends. Welcome to this portion of our meeting. It's called Table Topics. During this portion of the meeting, this is the opportunity for everyone to take a part in, to participate in, to be encouraged in. So I want us to think about how you can participate. My theme for this table topic is, what do you bring to the table? What do you bring to the table? I be on social media, not all the time, but this topic seems to come up all the time. Whether people don't do TikTok or they're doing it with reels about what do you bring to the table? And with that, they mean relationship wise. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to flip the script. Instead of talking about what do you bring to the table in the relationship, I want you to think about what do you bring to the table in your personal and professional development. What do you bring to the table when it comes to your personal and development life? And how we're going to do this is a little bit out of the ordinary. You know, I'm a little bit off the edge. Sometimes I do that. How are we going to do that? I have some utensils, and you know, with the table, you put things on the table. You have a plate, you have a fork, a knife, a napkin, and sometimes you even have seasonings, right? The salt and pepper, right? So what I want you to do, I'm going to ask you a question of how you're going to use that particular utensil in your professional and personal development. If you want to bring in entrepreneurial, that's fine too. So I want everyone to think about, I have 8 things that we can talk about when it comes to the topic again. What do you bring to the table as far as your personal and professional development? So can I don't know we have enough time for 8, but I do have 8 things that we can do. We can talk about. So again, some of the topics are some of the utensils that we will be using. A fork. Let me show you. I'm gonna demonstrate. I'm sure you know what it looks like, but just in case, you have a fork. See that? Okay. You have a knife. I have a knife. You have a spoon. A spoon. I have a spoon. Right. I have the napkin. And I have the seasonings, the salt and the pepper. Now, I don't have hot sauce, but I do have salt and pepper. Okay. And we have a plate. And then we also have the table. So those are the items you get to choose from. You can choose from the number 1 through 8. So can I get volunteers? I'm just going to ask you simply how you're going to use the utensil. I will speak about what we use it for, but I want to give you 2 minutes. You have up to 2 minutes to discuss how you want to use the utensil. Again, the topic, what do you bring to the table? Professionally, personally, and if you want to add, you can add another category. Entrepreneurial, if you want to dive into relationship, financially, all of those other topics, because we're talking about the whole you. That's why we're here, to grow professionally, and that looks like the whole you. So I say I have Robert. Anybody else? Can somebody read out the name? Don't be scared.
I'll try it.
Oh, yeah, okay. Miss Eva. Anybody else? Come on now, come on.
Angela, listen, I just want to jump in real quick. Y'all, this is the opportunity, right? If you are trying to get better, and even if you're seasoned, right, to push yourself. This right here, come on, sir. We got Ryan. This is a little tricky one, right? We're asking you to speak for about a minute. This is like freestyling or thinking off the top of the dome. So like, yeah, this is a little difficult, but we're trying to stretch. This is a new season. This is a new term. This is an amazing table topic. It's not even started yet. This might be the best one so far, like ever. Come on, push. Here we go. We got Ashlyn.
Okay. Y'all. All right, we getting it in. Awesome. So I thank you so much for y'all participating. So I'm just going to go through the order that I have seen it in the chat. People signed up in the chat. Again, the topic is, what do you bring to the table? Robert, you are up first. Pick a number 1 through 8.
I'm gonna go 3.
Number 3. So you chose the knife.
Woo.
The knife. We use the knife for cutting. When it comes to your personal and professional development, or however category you want to look at, what are those things that's cutting away at you or your time in fulfilling your purpose?
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, future Toastmasters, and distinguished guests. Why bring something to the table when you're the table? In the words of Kanye West. I had the same conversation yesterday with a group of friends about relationships. But the question is, how would I start cutting these things that are defeating me or preventing me from reaching my goals? It sounds like it's time for me, I'm talking about myself, to try to trim the fat. I have a desire to be the best in everything that I do, but gotta be honest, I am a procrastinator. I wait to the very last minute to get things done. I feel like my brain flows the best right when it's under pressure, but there's so much time being wasted when I'm waiting to the very last moment, when I have to right now in this season to begin to organize and prepare my time, my talents, and also my habits. I can't afford to waste time when I'm trying to multitask on multiple projects. My time and effort needs to be in every single place only for a certain amount of time, but me procrastinating, waiting to the last minute, not really daily trying to reevaluate myself to see what I can do better. Just living in the moment will get me stuck in the positions that I don't want to be in. I want to be the best teacher. I want to be the best trainer. I want to be the best mentor. But I had to start trimming off the things that will not get me to point A, that won't get me to the things that I desire. So I am ready to pick up this knife. I don't have a knife, but I have a knife, and start cutting away at things that won't help me get ready to go. Thank you, Angela.
Awesome. Thank you. I really enjoyed that. Cutting away. The thing that's cutting you off your time is procrastination. That's real. Awesome. So the next person we have is Olio. Olio, pick a number 1 through 8, except for 3.
Oh, I thought I was third. Okay, I gotta get the camera ready. 1 through 8. 8.
Said number 8.
Get the camera clean.
Olio, I mentioned to you the things that we normally have at the table, the knife, the spoon, the fork, all of those things. But we are sometimes go to restaurants or other places that those items are not available as a utensil, such as chopsticks when you go to another restaurant. Tell me, what are the things that your characteristics that you have that will help you to adapt in that environment? So you don't have the normal. You have to tell me your characteristics of your flexibility that you can adapt in that environment is still.
What's the environment? You're saying I'm a chopstick?
Just that's an example, but what's other things in the environment when it's not the norm?
Okay.
How do you adapt?
Greetings, fellow Toastmasters, future Toastmasters, and distinguished guests. See, right now I'm standing in an environment which is not the normal. As you see, I have the trees. I'm feeling the breeze. It's feeling good. Let me just introduce me. A boy, a black brother born from the West Indies. I'm gonna tell you something that I can be the best in me. Sometimes you have to have a high level of trust and a low level of acceptance. A high level of trust and a low level of acceptance. Sometimes you have to believe in other people's belief until you believe in it yourself. So what I'm saying is, if it's a situation and someone is telling me, hey, you can go further, you can go farther, you can do more, do it today, do it tomorrow. It doesn't matter how you grew up, your relationship with your mother or your father. If you really want to do things, don't be bothered by the noise and different things that people try to say, the obstacles that they try to push into your way. What I'm saying is, when you know who you are, your vision, and you practice that and you walk it every single day, you can live different. Walk and be epic. When you stand up, everyone sees. Stage, be quiet. It's dramatic. So what I'm saying is, it's pragmatic. So let me dumb it down so people, when they see, they know who it is when they see me. I'm saying that the person I am is the spirit. I can adapt to anything. And just like this tree, don't be the person that breaks. Be the person that bends, because you'll get stronger and you'll make amends with the success that's within. Toastmasters, that's my time.
Awesome. Thank you. He used the word of the day, epic, and that was epic. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, we're going to go ahead to Miss Eva. Miss Eva, you have the numbers from 1 to 8. Do not choose 3 or 8. What would you pick?
Let me try number 4, please.
Number 4. And again, the topic tonight is about, what do you bring to the table? What do you bring to the table? So number 4 is the actual plate. What are you currently balancing in order to fulfill your purpose, your professional goals? The plate is where you put everything on. That means your meat, your potatoes, your starch, all of those things. You put everything on the plate. What things, or what can you tell me that's on your plate? Now, I know you're retired, but I'm sure you got some other goals. in your retirement. So tell us about the things that's on your plate.
Thank you, Angela. Good evening, Toastmasters, future Toastmasters, guests, and friends. Funny you would say plate. I just finished an affair this weekend that I had to do, and I had to put a lot on the plates that the people were eating. But personally, in my life, on the plate that I use, I am retired. And someone asked me, what are you doing in retirement? And when I gave them that list today, they were like, wow, I am busier and I have so much, but I never allow my plate to get too full. I don't know about anybody out there, but I don't put anything on my plate that I'm not going to eat or take action at. We have to be careful and not take on too much when it comes to different affairs. We have to learn how to say no, thank you. I'm going to pass on the potatoes because I want dessert on my plate. And most of the time, my husband knows when I go out, I'll pass on an entree because I want dessert on my plate. And that fulfills me. Should I have it? Sometimes no, sometimes yes. But I'm letting you know when your plate gets too full, just think of it as a pie. You have slices in a pie. Most of the time, you can get 8 slices of pie. If you find yourself passing out more than 8 slices, you have gone overboard. I've learned early on, do not put too much on your plate. That way you can accept any new offers that may come your way, any new food or menus that you may enjoy better. Some things are not for you anyway, so don't feel bad when someone tells you no. Just say, thank you. My plate is full anyway. Toastmasters, back to you, Miss Angela. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I love the way you handled that. Awesome. The food portion as well as saying no. No is a complete sentence. So thank you. Awesome. So our next participant is Mr. Ryan. Mr. Ryan. So we have numbers 1 through 8, not 3, 8, or 4.
I'll do 6. 7. I'm sorry. Yeah, let's do
Let's
7.
do 7.
Yeah.
Thank you. Ryan, we talked about the table. You have the table. You are the table. What holds you up? What supports you? And what shapes you? You are the table.
I am the table, and what holds me up and what shapes me. I'd say, well, first off, good evening, everyone. And I'd say that my faith holds me up. I'd say difficult circumstances shape me. I'd say difficult circumstances stretch me and grow me. I'd say difficulty is what it takes in order for you to grow. And I think that my faith structures those experiences for me so that I don't get too hot or cold when I'm within these circumstances, because they can get difficult and they can get overwhelming. But I'd say that my faith grounds me, stabilizes me, and provides reassurance that this too shall pass, which it always does. I would say that is what holds me up.
Wow, I love that. This too shall pass. Awesome. Don't get caught up. Just hold on, right? All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So our next participant is John. I'm sorry. Can y'all hear me? Okay, because it kept going to mute. All righty, John. We have all the numbers that we use 3, 8, 4, and 7. So you have 1, 2, 5, and 6.
I am number one. Let's take
Number
that one.
one. Number one. You chose the fork, the utensil, the fork. The fork is used to really take things, stab at it, and pick it up. Pretty much that we use the fork to really, it's a transition from the plate to our mouth. Sometimes we just have to stab at it, use a little bit more force in order to pick up something and to indulge in it. List what things you like to take a stab at.
Toastmasters. I'm sorry, go ahead.
You got it.
Okay. Toastmasters, future Toastmasters, and distinguished guests. It's kind of ironic that I got that one. Honestly, I thought that's the one I was going to get. So, you know how things just come together. I believe that I am more of the fork because with my personality, sometimes I just have to take a stab at it. You never know where life might bring you. You never know where you might end up being. And when you don't step back and just try anyway, if you don't step back and just go for it anyway, much like a fork, you never know what you might miss. Other than just taking a stab at it, I know a lot of you in here use that fork for a whole lot of things. You might end up using it to flip some burgers with. You might use it to stir your food with. You might even use it like a spoon. I know I have eaten ice cream with the fork before. Don't lie and say you haven't. But the fork is versatile. And again, you never know where life might put you, where you just have to take that step anyway. And much like the fork, I would ask any and everybody here, so why not just take a stab at it? There's plenty of things that you might not know you like until you just go in anyway. Sometimes it might take you somewhere you don't want to be, but sometimes it might take you somewhere totally epic. But you will never know until you pick that fork up and just dig in. Thank you, Madam Table Topics. I'll let it go back to you.
Thank you. Awesome. I like that. Thank you. Thank you. You all are doing fantastic. I just want you to know that. I know it's something different out of the box, but you're doing a great job. So let's keep it up. The next person we have is Ashlyn. Hello. So we still have 3 numbers left. We have number 2, number 5, and number 6.
Number 2.
Number 2. Ashlyn, you chose the spoon. The spoon. Now, we don't want to be spoon-fed. When we're trying to be professionals, when we're personally developed, we don't want to be spoon-fed. But with the spoon, there are some things we simply can't get without some help. It's a unique utensil. So tell me, what are those things you like help with? What are those things that you would like help with?
Okay. Welcome, Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished guests. And we're all here because we all need a little help every now and then, right? That we all need some assistance. We all need some guidance. We all need a little push, a little bit of motivation to get us from point A to point B. So the things that I need some assistance with is maturing in my business. I need some assistance with taking my time to balance my plate. I need some assistance with making sure that I hold myself accountable instead of trying to overindulge with my spoon, when I'm trying to overindulge to fill my plate, when I'm trying to overindulge and put too much on my spoon and it topples over. The things that I need some assistance with, the things that I need to grow into, to push into, to pull into, is to someone to hold me accountable and just say that you are awesome, you are amazing, so we can just be a little bit sweet to one another. So take your spoon and fill it bit by bit, piece by piece, and share your generosity so you can take your spoon and push and motivate someone else to greatness as I have been pushed into mine. Thank you.
Woo-hoo! This is good. I hope it's helping everyone because this show is helping me. And I thank you all very, very much. Awesome. Great job, everybody. Great job. Now, I don't have any other listed here. Did I miss anybody? We do have 2 more utensils or items that we can discuss. If I don't get anyone else, we can close out the table topic session. Or if we have more time, we can just talk about it. President?
Listen, y'all, we got time. If anybody wants to go again, definitely would love for us to try. Do we have any volunteers that want to try again? Ashley says yes.
Ashley says yes. Okay, Ashley,
Listen,
thank you.
I'll take the last one too. I want to try again. Y'all listen. Y'all.
Okay, great.
I'm gonna hold to the end. I'm gonna hold to.
All right, thank y'all so much. I appreciate it, Ashley, for chiming in. Ashley, you have the option of number 5 or 6.
5.
Say number 5?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Ashley, you have chosen the item of the napkin. Now, we use the napkin as security or protection just in case we make a mistake and spill something or drop something. List the things that protect you. List the things that protect you.
Okay, so we use a napkin to protect us. So when we have a plate, it may be too full to hold everything and it may spill over on you. So my faith protects me. It keeps me grounded. It keeps me whole. When things go wrong, I know I can get on my knees and pray just for a better day. My kids, they hold me together just because without them, my life, is full of purpose because they're there. I don't know what to really say, but yeah, that's it.
Good job. Thank you. Yes, I love it. Thank you for being honest and open. Thank you. All right, so we have one more, the last and final item that we're going to discuss about what do you bring to the table? That item is seasoning, salt and pepper, ketchup, hot sauce, all of those things, okay? We use seasonings for flavor to make it better. Is that correct? What flavor or uniqueness do you bring to the food that's on your plate? What flavor or uniqueness do you possess that you bring to the table or the food that's on your plate?
My mom used to carry this special seasoning inside the cover at the top. I didn't know what it was, but come to find out it's seasoning salt. Seasoning salt is good for everything. You can put it on eggs, hamburgers, you can put it on seafood. So when I think about flavor, I believe my gift is to spice the little things up. I can go to a meeting and we can have some ideas, but I know that my gifting is to enhance those ideas. We can have a general conversation and I can give you topics and names and business ideas. And when I get into my flow, it just happens to pour out. So it's not me, but it is God allowed me just to assist. So my gift is assisting. I guess I could be a helper. But we all have that special seasoning, that special spice that makes us unique, or we wouldn't even be here, or you wouldn't even have a job that you have. We don't need 2 Oreos. We don't need individuals that can do the same thing. every one of us has a certain kind of spice. I love some lemon pepper spice as well, or some Parmesan herb. But every single person has a unique desire, unique gifting. But the good thing is, I don't know about y'all, sometimes I just throw on multiple spices. And when we all come together, especially for Toastmasters, especially for this next elections, all of you guys coming together will make an amazing dish. And I look forward to eating off of this plate. That's my time.
Woohoo! Well, I want to thank you all for making this table topic session epic. It was phenomenal for me. And I really appreciate your participation. And I hope that all that was said and done was an encouragement to everybody to push and to really think about the table. What do you bring to the table? As far as the theme for tonight, our Toastmasters gave us a theme. And we're talking about victory and the finish line. What did we accomplish in between 21 and 22? And I just want to share, I think many of you may know, but during Toastmasters in this past year, one of the things that I really have been excited about is that I'm just trying to do more, show my face, speak up, because I have a voice and I understand my audience awaits. And doing that, I have been able to say yes more to speaking. Part of my business, I added that portion of speaking engagement. So that's what I've been doing a lot. So I had an opportunity to speak internationally, and I continue to be on panels, and I've been asked to be on boards and everything. So I'm grateful for how Toastmasters has groomed me to be able to share my voice. And also one of the things, I did receive my medal for being in the participation with the contest. So I'm so grateful for just opportunity to be a part of this wonderful, wonderful organization. Thank you. That's it for the end of Toastmasters table topics. I'll send it back over to our president, Robert Tyree.
Thank you, Angela, for the epic table topic demonstration. That's one in the books, ladies and gentlemen. All right, our next portion of Toastmaster is the evaluation portion. And this is the part where you can gain the most information. These evaluations are not just for the individual, but they're actually for the entire body. So if you don't have a pen or pencil, take some notes, because this information can enhance your speech and your speeches to come. Miss Eva is our general evaluator for today. Miss Eva, will you come forth and just give us a little bit of a preview?
Good evening, Toastmasters, future Toastmasters, guests, and friends. This is the fun part. I get a chance to evaluate how I think the meeting went. Before that, I must tell you that this has been an epic meeting thus far. Say what you want to say, but I'm sitting here absorbing every nugget. We have something to bring to the table every time. First of all, we will have our first speaker evaluated, Ashley McFadden. Who am I? Ashley, I must tell you, you must be some kin to me. That was my title when I first did my icebreaker. I know what you're going through, very transparent, and I love it. Mr. Robert Tyree will be evaluating you for your speech to give you some nuggets. Robert, take it away.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, future Toastmasters, distinguished guests. My name is Robert Tyree, and I am Ashley's evaluator. Ashley, the very first thing I want to say is congratulations and welcome to the club. You have given your icebreaker. If you guys do not know, yeah, come off mute and show us some love, because it's been a long time coming, y'all.
Woo-hoo! Congrats.
Yes, Ashley.
You mentioned earlier to me, and you know, I've known you for a couple days, for a couple of weeks, that this is what you want to do. Like, this is your passion. You're walking into your purpose. And I'm so proud of you because you took your first step. I know that one thing that can handicap us as individuals to our purpose is fear. and you literally walked and stomped right on Fair's face. You went in and you delivered your icebreaker, and your purpose was to just introduce yourself, and you did a phenomenal job. The one thing I want to say that stands out was your emotion. Like, you came off swinging and really explaining your story, where I'm like, whoa, that I can understand. The one thing I think that you will excel in is your ability to tell your story. Because when you're telling your story, you can tap into emotion that we can relate to. So it's not even about how great of a speaker you are, right? It's, can you tap into your audience? Can you pull on their hearts? Can you connect with them in the best way that you can? And you did it virtual. So I can imagine when we get back into the room, how you would project and how you would just, how we would just gravitate to every single word. The one thing I want to kind of push you to, and I know you can do it because I've seen you do it just through conversation, it's just your pacing. A lot of times we can control our pacing by changing how we enunciate the words. So for example, like when you're talking about something that's serious, you can slow it down, and you can use hand gestures as well. Like, that pain that I had when my father left me, just slowing it down a little bit. The one thing that also I thought that was amazing was your closing. So like, for me, this is your first time, but I could tell you understand structure of speeches, right? You came in, your name doesn't define you. I'm like, what? Excuse me? And just the way that you were able to articulate that. So your opening and your closing. So overall, right, I don't really have too much to say because I'm so excited. I cannot wait to the next opportunity to hear you speak. I want you to take some of this feedback about pacing, just that one feedback about pacing, and apply it to your next speech. And don't stop, because your audience awaits you, and we're here. We're waiting. We want to hear what you got to say next. We want more about your family. Also, a really great thing you could do is go back over your speech, your first speech, because normally in your first speech, you got like 20 more speeches that you can kind of tap into. Because talking about your life, you can't do it in 4 minutes. So, but you did, and you did an amazing job. That's my time, y'all.
Thank you, Mr. President. A very, very thorough evaluation for Ms. Ashley. Next, the next helper that we will have will be the counter and grammarian, and then we will have the timer after that. Olio? No, John, I'm sorry. John Gilmore.
Hello, everyone. My name is John Gilmore, and again, I will be your counter and grammarian. And right now, I am going to rip all of your speeches apart. I'm just playing. I'm just going to evaluate. We can start with Ms. McFadden. Your speech was really good. I'm not going to give the evaluation part because Mr. Tyree did already. One thing I will slide in here real quick is when things happen around you in your environment, try to use it. Don't ask to start over, but just say, as you can see, my daughter here, whatever. Try to go with it. You can't really stop when you're in other places. As for your speech in general, I didn't hear anything bad. The only thing I would say that stuck out a lot is that instead of using an actual filler word, you kind of sucked your teeth a lot, and you did that a lot. It's like 10 times in your speech. And then during table topics, you said one and you also, what I do like is that you paused. There were some pauses that were a little awkward, but you did take the pause. We definitely want you to pause instead of using the filler word. So you did a great job in that part. Our next person is going to be our president, Mr. Robert Tyree. During his speech, the first table topics, I didn't hear any filler words. Your first one, your second one, you, just like Ashley, did a lot of teeth sucking. It was at least 13. And then you also said so when you really didn't need to. I think we just need to be a little bit more mindful. Sometimes those can be distracting. Some people have pet peeves, but it happens. Olio, phenomenal speech. I did not hear anything that stuck out to me. So great job there. Miss Eva, I also did not hear any filler words. So you also did a great job. Ryan, you also did this like lip smacking thing when you started to pause, you kind of did a thing. It wasn't like that. I can't really, I couldn't do it like you did it, but you did that about 5 times. John, me, my filler word is a lot. I'm sure you all heard me when I tried to slide out of that first one. I really did say But as I was saying, sometimes you can use certain things if you mess up to your advantage because someone doesn't know, you could do it. And then I said a couple of times in this evaluation myself. Ashlyn, like just now. The only thing I heard was that you kind of did a double word, like you said with and to. It was kind of like a stutter. But what I do like is most people probably wouldn't have picked that up because your flow while you were doing it was so good that it kind of sounds like you were doing it on purpose, kind of like a pastor or something. So you did a great job with that. I would just say if that wasn't intentional, maybe keep that in mind. But if it was intentional, then great job. That is all I have. Back to you, Miss Evaluator. Everyone did an amazing job.
Thank you so much, Mr. John Gilmore. And our filler words, all of us use them. I think it's like where we come from, who we're around, our dialect. And it's just constructive criticism, teaching us just to pause a bit on when we want to say things. If no one knows what you're going to say, you don't have to say, "Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know what's coming out next." So just keep that in mind. And some filler words you can put in what you're saying. I've heard it in other speeches outside of Toastmasters. Keep that in mind. Next, we will have our timer by Miss Trivia Payne. Miss Payne.
Good evening. Okay, because I was going to say, what's happening here? That was so cool, but I didn't do it.
I'm sorry. I thought it was on my screen.
That was real cool, though. I liked it. All right, so I'm going to be really, really quick. I know my colors were kind of off, but my time was great. So for our speaker, Ashley, you spoke 5 minutes, 47 seconds, which was great for an icebreaker. Loved it. For our evaluations, Mr. Tyree, you did 3 minutes, 7 seconds. Perfect. And then for our table topics, Mr. Tyree, you did 1 minute, 45 seconds. Olio, 1 minute, 35 seconds. Miss Eva, 2 minutes, 10 seconds. Ryan, 1 minute, 20 seconds. John, 1 minute, 38 seconds. Ashlyn, 1 minute, 6 seconds. Ashley, 47 seconds. And Robert, Mr. Tyree again, 1 minute, 41 seconds. Great night, everyone.
Thank you, Miss Trivia. Now, my task is to tell you all what I think about how the meeting went. Like I said in the beginning, it was epic to me. We did start on time. We started 7:05. We were giving others to come in to the meeting. And that's one of the things we want to do to make sure everything is decent and in order. Mr. President, you gave a great and warm welcome when you came on and you greeted everyone. If we have any new members, he will discuss that and bring you on after I finish. I enjoyed how you allowed us to see in the title of your book, Black Men Love. Save my copy, I will be purchasing mine. You and Ryan and the other authors I'm quite sure you did a great job on that book. It's good to see African American people get into writing more. Someone asked me when was I going to write my book because my husband has 3. I have some things in line, but I'm not quite ready yet. It's coming though. Trivia. Okay. Trivia. And Robert and a few others. When someone introduced you in the beginning, and I think I've said this before, there's no need to reintroduce yourself. Take that from Miss Frawny. She will tell you that if I say I'm introducing A, B, or C, that's all you have to do is come rolling right on in because people have already heard your name. Some people feel comfortable doing that. But to save time and energy, don't even do it. Come right on in. Also, Miss Trivia, you were the timer. And I shot you a text to let you know the timer is just like when you're driving a car and you see the stoplight. The first light you see will be green, then you'll see yellow, then you'll see red. But you caught on, girl. You brought it right on home, and I thank you for catching on to that. Our first speaker, Ashley, like I said in the beginning, you were very transparent. You remind me of myself a bit when I first started Toastmasters. Those butterflies were there. But after you got started, Miss McFadden, your butterflies just bloomed. And like Robert said, you have so many speeches just within your icebreaker. Girl, let me tell you, work on it, do you, write it, get in the mirror, put your little time stopper on, and keep it moving. Welcome to one of the best Toastmaster clubs, Morgan State. The table topics. Angela, you always outdo yourself. You have that unique personality that just you think off of the top of your head each time. And I love it. I enjoyed it. And I'm quite sure everybody else did. You made us think, you made us pause about basic, simple things like utensils. Who would have thought? A fork, knife, spoon, napkin? You brought it, and we brought it into reality of our own personal lives on how things work in our own lives. Thank you so much for that great table topics, and to all of the participants that took a part. Robert, you took the knife, Olio, the chopsticks, myself, the plate, Ryan, Faith, John, fork. He said, take a stab at it. I like that. Take a stab at life within itself. We don't have anything to back off or be afraid of. Ashlyn, the spoon. Girl, I love your vibe and your energy that you brought. Your smile just was so radiant. I don't know if this is your first time here. I've never seen you, but you brought it on tonight, just with your energy. And that napkin, that faith that protects. 2 or 3 of us, we know. I don't know about anybody else's religion. Nobody tells me, I'm this, I'm that. But we all know what faith can do in our lives. And I truly believe and know, and I've seen it happen. We're here for a reason. Some of us are here just for a season. But I encourage everybody under the sound of my voice, even live, if you want to change some things in your life, to become a speaker, author, or just get some of the butterflies out of your life, this is the place to be. One day we will be in person again. We will be able to look at each other, touch each other, fist bump each other, and just to love up on one another. This meeting was really a great, epic meeting. We had that word of the day used several times. Angela, Olio, John, Robert, myself, and a few others. Believe in yourself. Do what God allows you to do in your life. And that one special word is love, because that's what we need. Back to you, Mr. President. Thank you.
former president, you tore that thing up. I want to add one thing, but I'm not even going to try to like touch anything you said. I had my notes. I'm like, nope, trash those. Y'all, something special is going on right now. Like I hear a couple of things going on. I gotta point it out. John, I'm telling you right now, get ready for international humor speeches. I can hear it. Like it's just natural. You're just freestyling and you're throwing the audience and making us a part, and it's a joke. And then you go into your serious like nugget and gems. Ryan, international speech, the way that you are able to provoke and just talk about from a real perspective. Ashlyn, you just started, but you got something. You got something. You are stretching yourself already on table topics. I had to stop. I'm taking notes, and I looked up like this, like, what is going on right now? Ashley, same thing for you. You have something special. I don't think that like Toastmasters, MSU is just, we're just Toastmasters. No, like you're here for a reason. You were intrigued with one of our meetings, right? And now you're in it. We just got to walk it out. I put in the chat that faith talk. You have something that's international. I'm missing anybody. Jessica as well. Haven't heard from you today, but y'all three right there. Yeah, y'all listen, please watch out for these three right here. These three ladies right here. So I just had to throw that in real quick. What I want to do just real quickly, right, is talk about elections, and then we'll get into treasure moment and spin the wheel. We are on board on time for elections. Our elections are going to be held next Monday. So normally we don't have a meeting on second Monday, but we're going to have a meeting just for elections. So it will just become, it won't be casual, but it'll be a time to vote and pick the individuals that will be leading us into the next chapter. Get excited, y'all, because this is an opportunity for you to lead. The good thing about Toastmasters is every single role will propel you, right, to your mission or your purpose. Every single role. I remember when I first started, I was just telling Ashley, I was in the corner. I did not want to take that leap, but someone paid for my membership and told me to speak the following week. And I did, if you remember, I did so. I did that thing. Then the president came to me and said, Robert, you've been doing a great job with table topics. I think you should be Sergeant at Arms. And it stretched me. I had to make sure that I was in place, but it allowed me to speak at every single meeting. And I needed that for the classroom. In the classroom, you got to speak every single day. If you say the wrong direction or the wrong word at the right time, them kids are going to do whatever you say. So it encouraged me to make sure that I start writing things down, start speaking clearer, controlling my pace, making sure that I was hydrated so I could articulate my words. And it allowed me to have the confidence to take the next level, which was VP of Education. I taught, so I was like, maybe I could teach individuals how to speak better. If you know me, I hope that I help each one of you guys sometime or some part. But that was because I was able to do it and learn through training as a VP of Education. So it's something that I was like, man, I'll try, but I learned how to create slides, how to break down topics, how to help individuals and kind of like mentor them and encourage them. And we have amazing individuals. I'm not saying it's myself, you're already amazing, but like, I felt like, come on, like you could do this by saying the right stuff. And you did so, and look at you now. Then the opportunity to become president was upon me. Thank you, sir. I love the glasses, sir. And I took the challenge. And y'all, we did some amazing things this year. Like, believe it or not, we were in the pandemic, like in the midst of it, right? And we were still making things happen. We grew the group. We have more members than we started with. We have individuals that are progressing at higher levels, right? And that's because of the support and the team, right? Also because of you. So I want to just briefly share my screen. And if you're still with me, Oh, actually, hold on. If you could give me a thumbs up if you could see this on my screen. It says VP. Oh, good. All right, cool. So I'm gonna skip over VP of Education. She will be with us in 1 second, but I'm just gonna tell you my role as a president, right? So if you're I know the like, okay, thank you. If you're interested in becoming a president, right? Here's just a few things that you're required to do. And it's simple because you know why? In each role, right? If one person is lacking or doesn't understand how to do something right, that's where the team fills in. So like as a president, I'm new. I don't know every single thing, but I don't have to. You know why? Because we had the former president, VP of Education, assist and step in when I could not fulfill or I didn't know how to knowledge. So we just preside in meetings. I normally am the person that fill in the gap when individuals may not be able to attend. I'm there for voting, during like the business meetings, and I am kind of the person that kind of like just make sure everything is getting done. So I'm like the overseer. All right. I know some of you guys are the presidents or want to be a president at your job. This is the opportunity and a stepping stone. My VP of membership, are you available right now? Okay, not right now. Hold on. Crystal, are you able to kind of touch on this right here, the VP of Public Relations? Let me see if Crystal's still here. All right, no worries. So VP of Public Relations, right, is the individual that kind of does all the PR for us. So if you've seen those flyers about the individual that won a contest, that's the individual who Crystal was doing the amazing videos and moving slides, just information that will allow us to attract more individuals to our social medias, to our platforms. We do a great job hosting events as well. So she was a part of making sure that some of the amazing ideas came to life. All right. Our secretary, Trivia, can you touch on this a little bit?
Absolutely, absolutely. So taking a lot of notes from the meeting, keeping in contact of what's happening. One thing that we do have that we haven't had in the past is like the recordings from the meetings, and we also put them on on YouTube and Facebook. Also keeping minutes for especially the important things that are coming up, and maintaining files and records for the club, which is Toastmasters International has things that have to go out. Our VP of Education and our president has been good with making sure if I couldn't do it, that it got done. So we all tag team the things that needed to be done.
Thank you, our secretary of MSU. Appreciate it. Thank you, Trivia. I'm gonna go back because our VP of Education was able to drop in for us real quick. Let me see. All right, so VP, can you touch on this real quick?
Good evening, everyone. All right, good evening, everyone. Vice President of Education. So planning the agenda for each week. Trivia has been amazing incorporating that wheel. So we've been able to formulate the agenda at the end of the meetings. So like we did for the last meeting, we spun the wheel and we were able to put the agenda together at the end of the last meeting for this meeting. We planned speech contest, manage the mentoring program. We did not launch the mentoring program officially this year, but we definitely look forward to supporting us and starting that next year. Submit education awards. So when you all complete your speeches, you go into pathways and you mark off that you submitted that you did that speech, and then I go in on the back end and make sure that Toastmasters knows that you have completed that speech. And assist members with achieving educational awards. Really understanding what your goals are and providing space for you to be able to fulfill those goals, checking with you to see how you're doing with those goals, and just kind of assist you in any way that I can.
All right, thank you so much, Natasha, for that. Let me see if I can. All right, just want to check, make sure we got everything. Oh, Olio, treasurer. Olio, would you define your role for me, sir?
Sure thing, sure thing. As the treasurer, it is our job to oversee the financial accounts of the club. You're the one that's collecting the membership dues, twice a year. You're helping pay the bills, keeping records in case of any audit. You're the ones that lets people know that Toastmasters
Olio, your mic is off.
was y'all heard me talking though, right? Or how long?
Yeah, all the way up to like the last one.
Yeah, up to the last one.
Gotcha. So if you check the chat, I just put down in there the dues. $50 for returning members, $70 for members that are brand new, and it's prorated. So $8.30 gets subtracted for every month for the members that are returning, and $11.60 gets subtracted for every member for the new members. So that's what you do as a treasurer. It's great. Turning it over to you, Robert.
Thank you so much, Olio. And the last person is the sergeant at arms. So the sergeant at arms, like I was saying before, is the individual that, if we're virtual, just kind of go over the guidelines. When we get back into person next year, I'm speaking it. It's the individual that sets up the room. So we have some a flag and some other items such as the treasure box, some arrangements that we use to decorate the room. And we normally have snacks, so there's this individual that will carry those things. But you're the person that greets us. You're the life of the party. You control the energy and the vibe of the room. And once again, it gives you opportunity to speak daily. So if you're like, man, I'm not sure about a role, this is the best role to kind of hop into to kind of get your feet wet. But all roles are amazing, especially if you understand like your gifting, or if you want to learn how to do social media, if you want to learn how to do graphics, if you want to learn how to do notes, we will coach you and teach you and make sure that you're successful in all your positions. All right. Olio, I want to shift to just the treasurer moment. I think you kind of already did it, or somewhat. Will you explain like the dues for this month?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, everybody. So just in case you didn't know, so listen, I always tell everybody, some people wonder like, man, to be a part of this amazing club, I'm watching it right now on the YouTube, the Facebook Live. I bet they charge $500, $1,000, a lot of money, because everyone is charging a lot of money for a lot of things. Gas is $5, $6, $7, $8 a gallon, $100 to fill a truck up. I know Toastmasters, they gotta charge around like $5,000 or something. But I'm here to tell you that that's not the case. To be a part of the glorious, illustrious Morgan State University Toastmasters Club that has been going to competitions, helping people become competent speakers, more impactful, more decisive, increasing their vision, networking amongst different people with the different networks, increasing their voice, their audience, being better when it comes to their job, their financials, or their business, or as a parent, or as a friend, or as a spouse, or even just as a person that just want to develop and grow themselves. It's only $50 one time, and that covers 6 months for all returning members. And for new members, $70 one time, and that covers 6 months. But here's the thing, it's also tax deductible. It's training, you all. And on top of that, it's prorated. It's prorated. You know what that means, right? That means for new members, you're talking about $33.40. All right. For people that are brand new, I'm sorry, new members, $46.80. And for returning members, $33.40 to be amazing, a part of this amazing club. Now, that is to participate, to go to contests, to be acknowledged, to go through pathways, to really improve yourself and go towards a goal that you really want. But if you just want to hang out with us, come have fun, do some table topics, bring your friends, bring some family members, and just like the vibes, it is completely free. So we encourage you to come out, hang out with us for free, check the vibes. If you like it, choose to be a member. And if not, bring somebody else with you. All right, because then we'll help you anyway. We're going to love on you anyway. All right, so that's all it is. I put in the chat to pay via Cash App. It is the $ MSUTM. To pay via PayPal, it's MSU Toastmasters Club at gmail.com. If you have any questions, you can shoot me an email, olio4life@gmail.com. Or if you want to call, text me 443-563-6831. I'll make sure I help you out. And we look forward to seeing you a part of the team. Turn it back over to you, Mr. Robert Tyree.
All right. Thank you so much, Olio. All right. I'm going to ask for Trivia's help. We are going to say goodbye to the individuals on our live streams. Thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you guys on, I believe it's the 20th. So come join us on the 20th, because we'll have some fresh speeches and also a fresh new line of officers. So we're excited about that as well. So good night, and ask y'all to stay on for a couple of minutes. All right. All right, so we're just going to take roles. I know we have some individuals that are speaking already on the 20th.
Looks like we're still on YouTube.
Still on YouTube. I am